Okay, we've been practicing this one for a bit. We're just going to do one together because we've already done this, but I want you to kind of really focus your brain while you're watching this. Find the measure of the indicated angle to the nearest degree. So actually using a highlighter. Notice they didn't put a theta, they put a question mark. You could replace that question mark with a theta if you want, or you could leave it question mark. But I want you to notice that because look at, from the viewpoint from the theta, if your eyes were right there and you were looking from the viewpoint of that theta, what side is 13? Well, 13 is the opposite side. What side is always across from the right angle? The hypotenuse. Well, from the viewpoint of this theta, what information? Oh, we know the opposite and hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse. Which trig function uses the opposite and hypotenuse? I'm sure I just heard a collective. Well, the sine of theta is the opposite over hypotenuse. And I know some of you are saying so is cosecant, but if you look at a calculator, you'll see the sine button. So now what you're going to do is you're going to say, oh, the sine of that question mark. The sine of that question mark is opposite over hypotenuse. Well, the opposite is 13. The hypotenuse is 38. Well, we need to get the theta the theta or the question mark by itself. Well, how do we cancel the word sine? Well, you do what's called taking the arc sine or inverse sine. And oftentimes people say inverse sine because that happens to be on the calculator. So when you take the inverse sine on the left, it cancels that sign, leaving just the question mark or the theta. And when we take it on the right side, you're going to have to do something special with the calculator. You're going to have to hit the second button, then the sine button, then 13 divide 38, enter. And when you do that, you'll see that the question mark is about, because it says round to the nearest degree, is about 20 degrees. So think about that for a minute, what we've done. We've paid attention from the viewpoint. If your face is right here and you're looking from the viewpoint of this theta, you named the sides where the information is given. And then you had to think, what is the trig function that uses opposite and hypotenuse? Well, sine uses, so then you set it up. The sine of the question mark is equal to the opposite over hypotenuse. All we did was take the inverse or the arc sine of both sides, leaving the question mark by itself, but then you had to use the calculator. So second sine 13 divide 38, enter, and that gets the question mark. So this question mark right here, that angle is about 20 degrees. That's it for those.